Hey everybody, it's ProbablyRed. So, I got another Triple T coming at you today. A deck tech. Test test tech. Yes, that's like 5 T's, but you know what I mean. Or if you didn't, you do now. Or will, after I explain it all. Anyways, that's besides the point. This is the list. I'm going to play 7 games. And then we're going to jump into a deck tech. Okay, we're up against Amadio. Amadio is our opponent. Oh my goodness. You know, I should probably, after this, I'm going to check the power base. I think I got lucky here. It looks great, though. Looks great. The only thing I'm worried about is that Sky Serpent. That card is going to make me have one heck of a day. You know what the nice thing is? You can always discard Sky Serpent to honor Sky Guard. So there. And then also, we have too much removal in our hands. Like, if that's ever the case, wow. Ooh, it puts us in a pickle. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all. You want to know why? Because we can play this, and then next turn we can play a 3-3. Or a 3-3. Like, oh, you know what we're not doing? The only thing that's getting benefited from this is the, only thing that's getting benefited from this is the, because we're not running Crystallize, the only thing that's getting benefited is the Ice Bolt. It's just a 3-3 for 3 with flying, which is okay. It's actually great, but it might not be enough. Just being able to pick off 8 costs is not enough. I don't want to turn it to 6. I think that's too loud. Let's keep it there. Okay, so we're gonna swing in. Oh, we're not gonna get, can we use the ability? Wow. Go with this. We're also like, there's some synergies that are kind of missed in this deck. Like, for example, the primal symbol and the time symbol. They are. Oh crap! What do we got here? I love that card. I've never seen it constructed though. Okay, so let's go and drop this. We're gonna swing out. Actually, yeah, we're gonna swing out. And then we're gonna play another Cloud Snake Harrier. You know, Crystallize might be worth consideration. Sorry, I'm stuffed up. Okay, aha. That's a good card. Oh my gosh. What kind of buff? So we'll just do these. That's a rough one. Holy mackerel, that card is so good. Wow. Dang it. That's a good card. Now I'm not sad that we're running so much removal. But that is so good against us. Like, also the 5-5 that deals damage to them. That could be a problem. The Deadly's actually coming in clutch for them right now. Because it's basically an infinity 5, except for when it hits us. And when it hits us, it's like that thing's like a 5-5. Because the damage on average is probably around like 2 from the ability, I would say. Oof, on the ground. Oh, it's got a lifesteal. That's just nasty. I don't like that. I don't like that one more. I might be making a mistake by not just attacking, but I don't know. I might just swing out and then surprise the Humbuck Nest if I get another buff. Ha ha ha. Close. Close. Okay. I don't want to discard a card. I should have discarded the sigil. But then I couldn't do a surprise move. Next time I'll be able to search for something. What did I search for though? So I could get, I guess, 3 cards off of the Skyrider. I think it's Helio. That is the name. The one that draws for Primal. Oh! These don't have ambush. Let's see if it works that way. No, it's not going to work that way. Wow. It's a lot of healing. Is it a mastery ability? No, it's spellcraft. Okay, thank goodness. So, yeah, the lifesteal is kind of a problem. Let's go ahead and play a Humbug Nest. What are we going to lose here? I'll do it now. Could search for something or we could plunder. There's so many choices in this deck. It's kind of crazy. Let's just draw. You know that we should kind of like one thing we should consider is like, can we make this deck more of like a toolboxy deck? Can we have like just a giant unit? You know? Okay. I would say end turn time. Because we drawn 3 cards off of our 6 cost 2/2 flyer, which is the 3/3 realistically, is pretty great. But with them having all this lifesteal and stuff, I think they're mono shadow too. Sorry, I'm stuffy. Amadio is an impressive opponent. Like this board state, like I feel like against a lot of people, like this would be a pretty sick layout of cards. But in our current situation, like I'm trying to think of like, I mean, Ice Bolt, that would be pretty good before he killed our units there. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's go 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's do that. We're probably gonna get blown out. Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Let's just, let's take it. You know, because I'm seeing they got the 3. I almost know that they have a fast spell like blowout for us. So I want to have more on the board just to make sure that that doesn't happen. Okay, okay. Let's go boom. And yeah, let's just draw 4. Draw 4. Get another Majestic Skies. That's great. There we go. Means we can get our other Helio, the Skywinder. Okay. Yeah, this is a great grip right here. Now we'll get blown out. I don't care. I'll block now because we're at 14 life. What are we gonna do? You know? We're gonna try to kill as much as possible. They're gonna maybe blow us out now, but we got a refill going. We should have probably just chumped at least, because it doesn't matter how much health they have. Oh, now one thing I did not. Is this the new Tazboo or is yeah? No, it's the old Tazboo. I didn't play that much when Tazboo was first out, so I'm not even gonna lie, because I know they got Ubzat, which is the reverse version. I'm pretty sure there's only one Tazboo. This is something that I should definitely know. We're going to go ahead and block here. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to let them blow us up. We're going to get at least 1 in theory. We're going to get at least 1. Because they have 3 open again. That makes me suspect. Now, if I get all this for all that, oh, yeah. You know I love it. Now, what is Tazboo? Because I did not read that. When Tazboo goes to void, steal the enemy void. Units weapon stolen. Get +2/+2. Okay. No worries. No worries. Okay, so they got a push going. They got a push going. So what do we got here? What do we got here? We got 7, so that's 3. Leaves us 4. I would say our goal is Majestic Skies. I'm even going to go as far as to say Shifting Illusion. Skip the Plunder. Shifting Illusion. Skip the Plunder. End turn. So we could go Humbug Nest, or we could go with the Scorpion Wasp, depending on what goes down, what we're thinking at the moment. Because I would love to kill some of those units on the other side of the board. Go ahead, attack with Tazboo. That would be great. Now, if they blow us out, they blow us out. Oh, well, what can we do at that point, right? Ooh. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, they're deciding. Yeah, let's go with that. We'll see what they do. They might have removal. Or they're saving it. I'm very grateful that we decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and run the Humbug Swarms. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we could go for another Helio. Or I think we're just gonna go ahead and permafrost here. Is that fast? Man, I wish Humbug Swarm was fast speed. And then I'm gonna go with Humbug Swarm. Hey, what can I say? 56 is a lot of health. Like, it's gonna take a grind to get all that down. But I mean, with 15 damage on the board, I'm not too concerned. I tried to make that rhyme, it didn't work. It's okay. That was kind of cheesy, but I'm cheesing out right here. Like, I'm pretty happy. This deck feels fun to run. Like, it's pretty bananas. Oh, our Bane once again. Now we need big stuff. What's this crap? Like, dang it, man. Like, this deck, just this basis for a deck could get... What the f... What is this guy doing? Dang! Oh my gosh, man. What are you doing to me? Okay, first of all, let's get that thing out of here. I'm not gonna have that beer. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and end turn. Dang it. That's gonna be a problem later. Let's go ahead and do this. Double block. Kinda hope they devour that, honestly. Oh, yeah, devour this. Yeah, get that out of here. I don't want to face a 5/7. Yeah. Okay, good, good. I mean, they might have got another unit. Oh, okay, that's a good sign. That's a good start. Whoa, there's a reason we're running Elysian. That's what it all started. Shout out to Friends of Eternal podcast. I think as was the Sunnyvale and Stormblast were talking about how great the Silexes is. Silexes are. Anyways, yeah. Okay, yeah, great. Perfect. Okay. So let's go ahead and draw a card first, and then we can still search. That's good. Let's attack. We got a little bit of a start. You know, this is something. Let's go ahead and use the other one. Let's go ahead and refill our hand here. Man, this card's so great late game. No wonder it got nerfed. Like, I'm like thinking in my head, like, should I build this deck? Because I was going to build it before. Like, I was thinking about it. This card got nerfed. I was like, okay, now I definitely got to try it. Let's go light on the Helios. Maybe in a future version, I might go heavier on the Helios. So, yeah. I'm liking this deck. Like, there's so many ways you can build it, it feels like. It's just gravy. Gravy. Yeah, let's go with this number. Bitches feel so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. Honestly, we're gonna go ahead and plunder. And we're gonna get rid of an ice bolt. I'm gonna play it. Let's attack. Go play an Honored Skyguard. This deck runs so many units. I was thinking about running the Throne Room. I didn't. Now, I'm feeling pretty confident right now. Take that into consideration. I'm like totally gloating over what's going on right now because I'm just so dang happy this deck's working. First try. Yeah, this is totally the. Oh shoot! Another 5 in the air. Okay, we got that answered at least. Let's go with this. Let's attack out. Yeah, fight. Oh, we should have played the Windshaper. Now I'm gonna be embarrassed to play the Windshaper. No. Let's get the sickness off of these three. Let's get the sickness off of these three, and then what we're gonna do is we'll play the Windshaper, and then just like gunshots. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, for them. Let's go ahead and Windshaper. And fight. Yep. Okay. And let's go ahead and pass. Then at end of turn, we'll flash in the Humbuck nest. And we'll just aggro them out now. Good game. Well played, Amadio. Alright, so our opponent is Jackstraps. Let's see what Jackstraps has got us going. Oh, we're redrawing. Nope. Nope. Okay, yeah. Yes. I like this hand. I like this hand a great amount. Go Primal Sigil. Symbol. Man, I always do that. Primal Symbol into Primal Sigil into Sky Serpent. And it's on. Symbol Sigil Sky Serpent. That sounds awesome. Yes, the consonants, I think is what we call it. Not alliteration, alliteration's vowels. Alright, an honorable fight. Okie dokie, let's go. Primal Sigil, and let's drop the Sky Serpent. Boom. I don't care if he's got Finest Hour. I'm just happy to get that card down. You know, actually, I might not block. If he is willing to swing out to get that Warcry, he can have one bonus extra Warcry. Because, I mean, he's also running fire, so, hey, he can charm me or use the Kelp Routes. Or Blazing Salvo me, you know? Okay, so I'm assuming he doesn't have it. Now, one thing I'm kind of not super happy about, don't see any time. So we're swinging out. Then we'll drop Honored Skyguard. Now we got 5 in the skies. Woo, this deck is potent. Yeah, so double time on the Humbug Swarm here. Humbug Nest. Nest, not Swarm. Humbug Nest is a little bit harder to cast. Nice thing is if we draw Shifting Illusion, that Plunder just bloop makes me be able to play Majestic Skies. Do we block? No. You can have your War Cries. As long as you don't have a flyer on top of your deck that's about to come down and ruin my day, you're good to go. But then I'll permafrost it, and then I'll be okay with that. Now, the problem would be if they just keep getting them, like, you know, good flyers off the top in these factions. I don't like that. Okay, okay. That's not bad, that's not bad. Do we want to activate this, though? Because that's like a 1 with a charge and draw a card. Gets us closer to a sigil, guarantees us... No, it's not a plunder, it's not a plunder. So... Let's swing out. No. You know what? Let's do the ability. Get rid of the nest. Maybe it'll just be a time sigil. Symbol. Sigil? Whatever. We already played a... What am I talking about? So... Made our unit bigger. I don't know. I think that was kind of a misplay. Let's just not let that happen. Shut that down. It did get us closer. We did dig a little bit through the deck. Good stuff. Good part of that. Got that Renegade Valkyrie action. Can't say I'm liking that. That hurts. That could hurt. Okay, so we kind of just have to... Well, I mean, they have 0, so they can't really boost. Let's swing in. 6 is a lot. We're coming in with the Harrier. We could have gotten a little bit more damage if we just attacked. I do kind of want to hold the Promise Sigil, but at the same time I can't. Like, I can't afford to, because I have 6 drops that I would need to cast. If I get to 6 and have no time, I can still drop a symbol, and boom, I can play my Swarm. Ugh. Oh my gosh, man. So here's our problem. That's a problem. Three damage is not worth it. To sacrifice, I don't know. This is a problem. They've got, so it looks like, now I'm not trying to judge jackstraps, but this looks like a beginner's list Rakano, which I think Expedition is a great place to do beginner's Rakano. One, because Rakano is great right now. I know some of the cards are a little bit higher up. Like, I mean, I think they like running Elysian. That's a good card. I think there's a couple. What is the like the promos? If they play during the promos, no, that's great. Now this is what we wanted to see. So it does look like kind of a starter, like early Rakano deck, because they're running like some of the stock cards. But maybe this is what like Rakano can look like on a budget, like, you know. And that, hey, budget Rakano is giving me a hard time towards the end of this match. Like yeah, finest hour here, boom. Like that's a common. Now, like, oh man, I gotta do like a budget version of Rakano post nerfs and stuff, because nothing like except for the promo, and the promo really, it got nerfed, but it's real. It's still very real. It's still a very, very playable card, I would say. I don't know if it's like super tournament viable, but I would say it's definitely ladder viable. It's a competitive card. 2 for +4/+4, and then if you're focused fire, like, you just have to have, oh man, it's so good. So this helps, this helps. That's it. I think that's it. And then if it ain't, next turn I get Helio, turn after that I play Helio. Heck, I can get Shifting Illusion and then play my Humbuck Swarm. Whew, pulled it out. Got there. Now, this deck Let me just get into the next game here. Wow. Gotta love a golden chest. Ooh. So, ooh, silver chest. I love, like, the reward system in this game. I think they got it down, like, perfect. Yeah. Okay. All right, up against the Zip Master. Okay. I keep this. This has got a lot of potential. Gonna be dirtling a little bit. Got a nice piece of remove. I love Permafrost. It's such a smooth, satisfying card to play. Ooh, that's bad for our opponent. Let's go ahead with Time Simple. Now, this is not a Sky Serpent hand. This is not a Sky Serpent hand. This is definitely a double Majestic Skies Humbuck Nest hand, though. Okay. No, I don't care about Dark Wisp. They're going to devour it as soon as possible. Or play the new 2/2 version of Nahid's Faithful. Nahid's Favored? I think it's Faithful. Nahid's Faithful. It's the 2/2 for 1 with Zenin. God, card is beautiful. Beautiful stats. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is not good for us. They got some draw power here. They're running low on cards, but they're about to fill that hand up. Devour has 3 cards. Pump that hand quick. So we're going to go Shifting Elysian. And what we need is Primal. Yeah, we're done with time. We can get rid of something Primal. And I think the card we can get rid of, honestly, is Sky Serpent. Because we can't play it yet, even after this. So what we can do now is we can go Honored Skyguard. And that's it. That's a pretty solid turn. Ooh, that's not nice. Removal, yeah, we'll block. Heck yeah, I'll give you a card. I'll give you a card. Take away one of your sacrifice outlets, or fodder. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna swing in. Yeah, we'll swing in. I think what we're gonna end up doing is playing the Humbug Nest at the end of their turn. Yeah, I mean, holding up a Scorpion Wasp, but it doesn't look like there's gonna be anything that happens. Okay. Okay, kill my 2/2 in the air. That's fair. On the blocks. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. They're probably gonna get a sacrifice card or something, I would guess. Probably a more niche one. I'm not quite sure. Then start. Go with the end of turn. Humbug Nest. Go with that number. Let's go swing in. And pass. Yep. So this is going to get them, like, okay, so there's a card that gives plus a number, plus X, equal to your shadow. And quick draw, of course. I cannot remember the name. It's from the new set, so it's definitely a pretty solid draft card, I would say. It's a great trick. Now, if you're like really getting up there, first of all, let's swing in. Like if you're getting very, very high in the department of shadow influence, that card's pretty solid. And I think this is a good way to do that. So let's go. Oh, you know what? You should have dropped a Scorpion Wasp because it's the 2/2. That was a misplay. But we'll still drop it even if we're embarrassed. That's a 3/3. Yeah. What am I talking about? Let's go ahead and swing in with our 3/3s. And then we got 3. We're doing pretty good for only having 3 power. It's been a pretty lucky draw. Like it's like there's a couple cards we can't play, like the Humbuck Swarm, of course, and the Sky Serpent. Now we're gonna drop it, but we're still gonna take the damage because I don't want to get, like, you know, bursted down by anything. To be fair, we still got kind of bursted down there. But the bright side of this, we still did a pretty good amount of damage. Since Ice Bolt is fast, I am very... No, I am messing with that. Now, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Permafrost both. I don't want another one of those curtain calls, you know, coming up. That'd be bad. You know, good game. Okay, Cyber Technical. What? Okay, so Cyber Technical. I don't know why I was saying what to their name. I'm just like, that name looks good next to the gold. That's a pretty awesome name, honestly. Cyber Technical. I was having trouble reading it. I don't know about this hand though. We could always discard the Humbug Nest or one of them to just draw into our deck. And I mean, 3 primal. That means we could do a lot. This deck sometimes feel like it's. It doesn't feel like it's Elysian. It feels like it's okay. I'm time sometimes, and then other times it's like, oh, I'm primal. That's what it feels like. It's a wonky. Maybe it's just the way I built my power base. Like I built a wonky power base, but it feels like it's either or. 100%. And there's like no Seeks or anything like that. We're relying on shifting illusion, plunder kind of deal. I really am happily surprised by Honored Skyguard. Having a 2/2 for 2 with flying is good enough. It's like it's very, very similar. In fact, I would go as far as to say it's better. Let's just get rid of Humbug Swarm. Yeah, I would say it's better than the Justice version of the Flyer. Well, I mean that one got nerfed, but it's only single Justice, and it gets bigger when you play Relics. Like if this was a carbon copy of the unnerfed version of that card in this deck, I would probably run Throne Rooms. Not even gonna lie. Okay, does it have Lifesteal? No, it can't even get Lifesteal. What am I talking about? That does have Warcry though. That's pretty sick. See some interesting decks out here. I feel like synergy is a pretty big theme of the new set and of like the current expedition format. Like I feel like that's a super important factor. Now, I'm not saying for tournament play, but I'm saying for ladder, it's very nice. I wonder what is going on. Like this could be just a tempo deck, like that we're facing up against. Now this could be good. Like Combre is known for some pretty strong, fast, hard-hitting, aggro, tempo, mid-range kind of range. Even like, look, I'll block that. Go ahead, do your worst. Now that's what I'm talking about. Get out of here. Let's get rid of one of the Humbug Nests, and then we'll swing out. We've got that Scorpion Wasp. We'll definitely kill a 6/3 lifesteal. That thing is wrecking our day just by existing. They'll get back there for one. It's okay. I don't mind these one bit. Now that has got to go though. Yeah, I don't mind that. Ooh. What? What? Oh my gosh! No! No! Oh my goodness gracious. We just gotta smash face. That's all we can do. Just bam, bam, bam. Hit them hard. Okay, okay. Do we kill the 6-3? We got 10 damage. Let's block that. Good, thank gosh. Now, we can hit them twice so they don't gain any more life. Get out of here, dude. Dude, that card is too good. Now I gotta get the 3-8. No, it's not. You have to exhaust it, don't they? Okay, good, good. Not great, but good. We'll do 4 damage. They'll gain 6, so we're really only doing -2 damage, technically speaking, over all the math. Hey, we're gonna sacrifice the creature kill that because they sacrificed a card in hand, you know. And this is 5 units. And we just need those Majestic Skies to make good cards. You know what I mean? Cyber Technicals, seeing what they're doing. That is the worst possible thing for me to see right now. I do not like that. That's end of turn too. No? How is that end of turn? How did that get exhausted is my real question. Why is that exhausted? I know they didn't attack yet. They exhausted for the thing. They're not going to attack in order for 3. Okay. What just... Oh my gosh. That's what they're doing. They are about to be kicking my butt. So let's see, that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have faith. If they don't remove and, you know, finest hour. If they have a removal for that 3-3 and a finest hour, they win the game. I probably should have read this, huh? 11, 14. Oh, shit. Oh, shoot. Gotta block that. Because that plus... Yeah. Dang it, man. This got out of hand. Hey, there we go. Now we could chump block again. We're getting low on health. That's the honest truth. Probably should have left the 1/1 back to kind of give us some more to work with there, but I'm trying to push for lethal and I'm being greedy. I'm being a greedy aggro player. That's what happens. Sometimes you just get overexcited. Okay, so let's be the not greedy aggro player and let's try to get there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, this card has got to go. I forgot this card existed again. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'll just. Yeah, that's all I got. That's the best I got right now. I think they got us. They got us. Cyber Technical just wiped us out. Ooh. Okay, problem. It could do it to any unit. That's the bad news. And it gives that back. Man, this is just messed up. Good game. Oh, it's probably butchered that. There's gotta be a way that I could have won there. I feel like I had an okay hand. Probably should have kept it. But because it was kind of greedy, kind of a greedy hand. Yeah. Surprise! Haha. Got blocked. Let's go. We gotta block that up, and then block that up. Could we really live? Like. We can live. No, we can't. Somehow we managed to die. I wasn't paying attention. This is a good game, though. I kicked our butt. Well played, Cyber Technical. We're up against player 9734. Okay. Let's redraw. I don't want to keep 2 sigil or 2 power hand. Now that's a good hand. That's what I'm talking about. So we go, I think we go first 3 turns, just boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Yeah. We could actually probably go time symbol next. So there's nothing we're gonna play next turn. Then we don't get the sound time, but we do get those at times. So let's just go primal. Let's go primal. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Some people don't like singing. I don't want you to be like, I can't watch this now because you're singing in the middle of it. So, oh, we got something going on here. I don't like it. That's aggressive. No, I might not be playing an aggro deck. I might not be playing an aggro deck compared to our opponent here. So let's see. First we got, but this is pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's go Shifting Illusion. Honestly, if we were gonna plunder, like we got this, we could always use more sigils, but let's get a treasure trove just in case. Oof. Yeah. Which one do we want to kill more? Probably the 3/3 Overwhelm. We don't have any life gain in this deck as far as I know. Like, not off the top of my head, no. Yeah, that's pretty good. I guess I kind of want to draw a card because I want to get something that buffs the whole squad, you know? Let's end turn. Why didn't I just attack with that one? I don't know. Okay, we could triple block this. Oof. Let's just kill this. Good, promising. Yeah. That's dead. What is it doing here? Get out of here. Okay, I was about to say. You can tell I haven't played Ice Bolt in a while. Because I was like, there's an animation for that? What's going on? What are they doing? They have a decision point. I forgot about that. Okay. There we go. Let's draw a card, just in case. Okay, let's draw another card. Hey. Okay. Let's turn that into a thing, you know. Yeah, feel pretty good about this. Because, I mean, we could always draw into power. That's like, there's 25 power in the deck. More or less, I mean, more or less, less, because we have 5 in the field here. Oh, I'll block that. Oh, yeah. Give that 4/1 to me. Yes. It's the turn where I wish I had Humbuck Nest ready, but hey. Ooh, like that. Let's start with drawing, because we want. What? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get some Humbuck Nest down. Because next turn will be a Humbuck Nest after. We'll play Majestic Skies, and then on their turn, we'll do the Humbuck Nest. Majestic Humbuck. Ooh. Oh, baby. Continue. Play that card. Ooh, I love it. Yes, please. Let me eat that thing up. Yes. Feels good. Because, I mean, there's no way we can get it big enough to, you know, not die. So, might as well jump. I mean, trade. Like, at this point, you know, like. Not gonna be greedy, like, oh man, I'm losing by 1/1, losing a 4/1. Okay, so then let's, you know, at this point, I mean, they're pretty much aggroing us really hard right now. Let's end turn. We'll figure it out. We got this. I mean, we have dished, got, ooh, that's another card we want to get rid of. So many cards we gotta get out of here. Did I talk about? Okay. Feel a burn spell coming. I gotta know how hard the blowout is, though. Let's just triple block, just in case. Because I got one up. Could be a char. Could be bad. Okay. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's go with this. We are so on defensive right now, but it's working. It's working. The Helio fills back up. Got a bunch of removal spells in there. We got all the power we need, really. I mean, we could always use more power. Always could use more influence too. Oh, doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, we'll double block that. I wonder what it is. I get one of it, so I'm guessing maybe a 3/3 weapon. Yeah, that's the smart one. Probably on this, because I mean they're gonna use this and then it's throw away. Well, maybe they will use on that because it's less of a priority target. Yep. So now they're both. I mean, this is definitely the lesser target now, but yeah. This and my removal is like permafrost, turn to seed, that kind of thing. Ice bolt, like even ice bolt, like it's just like swiftly out of here. Ultra kill, like it's like shadow style removal. It's definitely distinctly primal, but you know what I mean. And I got the ambush stuff going on. Not one ambush, but got some fast speed stuff too. I definitely want to go Helio. But then do I attack? We drop that. We drop that. They want to attack for both. At this point now I'm starting to race. I'm catching up. What has this got? This hasn't done its thing yet, has it? It has. Good, good. Ugh. Oh no. Oh no. I'm glad I didn't get hit with Obliterate. But they need the units to sacrifice to their dragon. And I want to stun the dragon. Yeah, I want to stun the dragon. Perfect. Helio herself kind of suffers as a hero for being something you just want to pitch. You're just like, okay, yeah, okay, I'll block with her. You know, that's kind of the sad part about Helio. She does her thing, and then she's just fodder, which is kind of weird for a hero. We could get another. Ooh, I don't like this card. Let's get the other Helio. The Return of Helio. Before we accidentally draw her, then we can't get her. We're not racing that hard. I mean, even if they sacrifice the 3/3, I'm totally fine with that. Now, how much do they have to do that? 5? Yeah, they can do it now. Yeah, we should have waited to permafrost the dragon. I was just talking about it too. I was just like, let's permafrost it. Maybe we'll draw into support removal though. Yeah, that's actually really bad. So they're all 3/3s. So dropping a 9/9. This is dropping a 4/4. Is it 7? Look at that. We'll just get lucky and draw that permafrost we should have saved. Not looking good. Okay, okay. Okay. Let's do that. Pass. Whoa! It already had overwhelm, okay, everybody? It already had overwhelm, so leave a comment down below if you saw this play and were like, dude, what is this guy thinking? He's so bold, trying to, 12 life and just, not laying down enough blockers, wasting his permafrost. What am I doing? Okay. So first things first. Okay. Yeah, there's so many options. It's driving my brain crazy. We're doing that first. I know. Gonna get this. Gonna do that. I'm gonna draw a card yet. Let's get the Harrier out here. Yeah. We're getting some big units now. We're getting some scary stuff. But we should have played this first. I'm getting too excited. I'm trying to play out my big stuff out. Okay, that unit's a problem. I do want some presents. I do want some board presents here. Everything's +3, so that's 12 for 6. On 3 bodies. Yeah. That's just so good. Yeah, okay. We'll block with a hair. Man, watch. Okay. Let's draw. No. We're going aggressive on him. It's crazy how good this card is right now. It's so silly. Like, he's face palming because this card is supposed to be bad. Like, but our opponent is the one who's probably facepalm right now. Like, what am I doing? That card is stupid. No, that card is real now. The card is real. I'm just gonna do this. I want to keep my big unit. No, they blow me out because I used 8 health or 2 units, 8 like 8 in stats. That's fine, I guess. But actually, I think this was better. Let's go with Primal. Primal's always better in this deck for like max, like top of the M. That hurt. Kinda glad I did that. Cause that would have sucked. Yeah. So good game. Holy crap, we got pretty lucky there, like thinking about it. Okay, we're up against the Dodo. We're gonna keep it. No. Oh, that's a comfortable hand. This is like, what did I do with my power base? It's not bad. I mean, it runs. It runs. It's just a little bit too time. But nothing is playable except for Permafrost, though. By turn 3. This is actually, believe it or not, better. Better. 2 removal. 3 removal is better than 1. Yeah. Okay. Primal symbol's going down. Yeah. I love this character. Alban. And he turned to the dark side. I think that's Alban. Yeah. Pretty sure it's Alban. I love the Nightmare Alban though. He is so creepy. And he's really good. Like in draft, that's a really good card. It's like that the charge disables liars and stuff. Like what? Oh, yeah. Draw me some cards. I'm killing that thing before it activates, though, of course. Yeah. Let's go down. Let's go down with a 2/4. Another card like you'd never think. Windshaper and Humbuck from like looks like I'm playing a draft deck. The card is freaking nice, man. Like if you waste a premium removal spell against it, which you can't just, you know, sear it. If you waste a premium removal spell against it, it was a good card, in my opinion. Now, if you killed 2 units or got an Ikaria Reaper out of the deal, then it wasn't good. It needed Aegis. I should have been playing Hero, but that's a different story. You know, that's a situation I did not foresee happening. Yeah, and now I kind of just want to. Damn, man, that's rough. That's not good. That is like, I want to turn to see the little booger. Hey, we're gonna attack. We're gonna attack him though. Let's fight. We'll fight you. Let's go with Cloud Snake Harrier. 8 damage on Ice Bolt. Only reason that ability matters, other than the fact that it's a 3/3. So when I do get to the deck portion, I'm gonna talk about possible replacements. I think for the Cloud Snake Harrier and the other rares in this deck, like stuff that you might run, but I feel like it's fine to have a 3-cost 3/3. Even if like, and maybe like you could run like if you don't have something but you have another thing like Crystallize, you could probably run the Crystallize in the deck just to have that like deal 2 damage, everything's done. But if you're crystallizing, the thing is you don't need crystallize because everything flies in this deck unless it's a mirror match. Anyways, yeah, I'm having some trouble figuring out what I'm doing here. So I guess I'm just gonna buff that. Let's swing out. Now hold up. After 3 turns, transform. I have to kill that. Because that thing becomes ridiculous, right? Yeah. Because if it's transformed, it'll kill the permanent. Let's just kill. Here, have your. What just happened? Did I not read the dang card? What the heck, dude? I'm gonna be honest. What just happened? Is that a glitch? Man, do I gotta report that? Or does that just make sense? Is that normal? Was that new? Like, what just happened? My mind just got blown. Like, why were these locked out? Ooh, I love that card. That is like one of my favorite cards. I play that in my fire deck. My like, I call it my early meta fire deck, but now it's just the fire deck. I might do a tech on that next week. Let's go with this because it's fun. It's fun. It's a pretty good deck. What is this? Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So that's what did it. What does this do? What is happening here? What is it? What's happening, man? What the? Am I cursed? Oh. Okay. I didn't notice the arcane restrained me. They stealth assassinated me with that crap. Did you see that? They just arcane restrained me. I'm just like, what's going on, officer? Like, seriously, they just came up behind me and said, no, 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 no spells. I'm like, what's happening? I didn't even notice that curse. What the heck, man? It blended it with Majestic Skies. Everything was going nice. It was all peachy key. I think that's peachy keel. Whatever, you know the expression. Peachy keen. Peachy keen? Sharp peaches? That doesn't make sense. Now, I could draw some cards. Let's draw 3 cards. Want to just get rid of some of this stuff? Kind of just want to swarm out, right? Yeah, let's swarm out. Let's swarm out. Our 1 spell. Let's swarm out. We really... And then... Oh, Exalted Gross. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that Turn to Seed. I think we're going to do that now. Like ASAP. For the first attack. Like, we got about a 3-turn clock. 3 turns. No, we ain't blocking. We do. We don't want to reduce our clock. We got enough health, I believe. That's solid because it gives us something to play. I know we played before we attacked, but I got 0 power, so it's not as much of a misplay. We're just trying to get our turn over. Hit the space button. We're going good. Now we got there 10 damage. They could puts them at 3. They can play 1 more big threat. We can get rid of with Turn to Seed. Not super great first. Oh shoot. Very bad. Extra dubious. That's a good card. I mean, it's about to break. It's about to go. Yeah, now it's a token destroyer. Block a couple of these things. Yeah, I don't mind my ground units getting smaller, but oh, exalted. What am I doing? Draw some cards. Okay. Let's go with that. And then really, let's just permafrost this. I hope that it doesn't kill the attachment. Oh, give it something +1/+1. I'm not super concerned. But I mean, they don't want to block. Hey, more damage. 2/2 and the 2/2 gives them else. 1/1. We'll take all the damage, okay? Right. Okay, we can deal with Traverse Farm. This is actually surprisingly like, oh, they played the Stranger. Okay, never mind. All right, we're gotta turn to see that. That's the big threat we were waiting for. Yeah, cannot deal with that. That gets out of hand way too fast. They have a lot of health. A lot of health. They are healthy, wealthy, and wise. No. If they get to the biggin, the Triumphant Stranger, they're about to, and I can't get a clock on them anymore, I'll turn, not to Seed, but turn to Traverse Farms. This card is, it's like, it's okay, but it's actually surprisingly strong. Like next turn they could do Stranger's Mark. Well, now they can't because I turned to Seed, but they might play a Stranger and then do Stranger's Mark. You know, they'll probably boost a couple things by doing that. Like, I don't know, grenade bite. I don't know. Let's go with Sky Serpent. We'll keep the symbol just in case we want to plunder. We're good on time, and we're good on power, we're running low on cards. We do need a Majestic Skies next turn for that Helio. Man, they're wrecking us in that department. So we had 2-2, so that's good. And depending on how they attack, how many turns they got on left on that? Whoa, they got a while. Good. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to attack my ground units, so they're just weaker because Majestic Skies only boosts our flyers. Kind of give and take there. Yeah. Okay, so even though it's exalted, even though we're not getting exactly a bunch, now we could drop something else. But we're just going to go all the way to Helio. Like, that's pretty much what you're getting. It's just the way it is. We're at A-Space. Definitely going to hit them. We're not attacking Grodov's Burden. What are you talking about? We're attacking the person who has Grodov's Burden. I was clicking on her relics. I was like, get rid of that. No. Yeah, I don't mind. I get a little bit extra damage in. It was worth it. Now, they can retaliate. It could be pretty bad. That Triumph with the Stranger, like next turn we're not going to get any ground damage in if they're going on the defensive, which they should be. That gets a little bit more of a punch. They get double damage and then double its attack and health. Like, I think that's only a justice thing I can think of. But they can do some outlandish. Sorry for yawning. They can do some outlandish stuff probably to win here. A couple burn spells that are outrageous with that 12 power. Like, stuff could happen. Did they just get rid of Come on, man. Oh my gosh, that is a thing? Like, oh, that's good. That was a good play. What is that, man? Oh my gosh. Like, what? That was off their second Grodov's Burden. Okay. That makes more sense. I was like, what's going on? Okay. So what we're going to do, drop that. Ooh, I want to draw more cards. More cards, better card. We should play this first. See? Play it first, you know? Okay. Out of this. Yeah, see, because we would have played Majestic Skies. We would have been happier campers. This might come as like kind of a blog, because we're like, what are the chances of them having another Majestic? Oh, they do. I got it. That's bad. That's really bad. Because they kept flying, and it's a lot harder to traverse this. Like, and we got a good opportunity here. There's a good chance we could win this. Like, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Well, that has got to go. I'm trying to think of, like, yeah, no. Here's a probably a mess right now. I gotta get a haircut. I know, I like to keep my hair short. Well, just exalted. We'll take the damage. We're getting low. It's 10v10. Like, this is definitely an honorable fight, to say the least. We both have board states. We both have very threatening potential plays. This is excellent. This is a great battle. Just drop that to start. Drop this. Let's go boom, boom, boom. And swing in for the potential kill. Almost. And then let's go with the swarm and a 2-2. And I think at this point we'll just block everything. Please don't get flying. Just anything flying. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. But man, they had time. They just had a little bit more time. They might actually be able to do some pretty gnarly things with just draw a bunch of silence units, play a bunch of silence units, wipe my board essentially. Like, I got a lot of units to wipe though. That's the nice thing here. do there? Okay, they killed my Majestic Skies. Not the best thing that could have happened. So we're gonna block here. They have some kind of like overwhelm ability. We're getting greedy by not blocking more. Because I mean they could have just had a rampage or something. No, I wouldn't have done it. But there's probably a card out there that would have. I don't know. The thing is I always forget when I'm playing Expedition, which is pretty much what I play unless I'm playing Draft. I also only have to look at the card pool that's currently available, which is the draft packs and then the packs that are in, and of course the promos. Woo! It's a lot of silence. Good game. Well played, Dodo. Well played. Well played. That match was amazing. Yeah, this deck is pretty great. It's fun. It's Skyborn and it's in the sky, airborne attack. It's fun. Okie dokie, we're up against Adino. And will we draw? This hand is, I don't really have to read into that hand. I saw the one power I knew I wasn't keeping. This is a hand I gotta think about a little bit more, because I do not want to redraw and get -1 hand size. So this is keepable. I don't -1 very much. If it was like those hands, I probably would -1. Very rare, especially in draft. When I'm drafting, almost never. Expedition, sometimes I get a little crazy with it, but no. I'm gonna go for this last match of the night. I'm gonna go for the 2 Primal Sigil hand. Hopefully I get there. Oh, there we go. See, that card comes at the end of the day. I'm not gonna spend a permafrost on it. Eager Deputy. The card's good, but a lot of that comes from the Plunder. I can block it with a 1/1 later. Like it's not concerned yet. There's times where it gets out of hand. Like it's a nice ceiling to that card. Kind of an infinite ceiling if you really think about it. Almost depends on the composition of your deck. I would say usually it'll get max, like everything's going good. You got order right. You got your plays right. I'm saying you're getting 5 max. I think I hear some outside. I'm listening to outside real quick while they're having their turn. I think I hear doors closing. But if they're home, they're home. I'll just do another match. Sorry, I didn't mean to break the 3rd wall there. But I mean, you can see me in a little picture. Like, you know I'm playing this. Like, you know I'm here. There's a person behind the face. Anyways, this is happening live. But I won't be posting it live. Never mind. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. What am I talking about now? Anyways. Okay. Let's go Cloud Snake Harrier. Boom! It is the hairiest of all Cloud Snakes. It's Harrier. Okay. I can't wait to talk about this deck. Oh my gosh. I've been fiddling around with it a couple days, but I haven't gotten around to trying. I've been like, what can I do with this? Majestic Skies. And I just like tried it, and it ran like a charm. I am so impressed with this deck. Okay. Let's get units out first. The Siege Train's kind of a problem here, though. Let's permafrost it. Swing out. Fight. Fight. For the Skrillex fans out there. And for all those people who are wondering what the heck I'm talking about, Reptile by Skrillex. Check it out. Interesting song. From the dubstep era. I'm sure dubstep's pretty popular still. There's people going ham with dubstep out there. I'm sure. I don't listen to very much modern dubstep, which is weird to say, but it like really, I would say, hit its peak like 2013 team. That's just, I'm not like a music entrepreneur or, you know, connoisseur, I guess is the word I'm looking. Connoisseur. I'm not a musical connoisseur as far as dubstep. I do like music. I think it's great. Yeah. Speaking of dubstep, or speaking of music, Sunnyvale, another Eternal content creator who is going to Worlds, quote me on that, but ask Sunnyvale before you do so. I'm pretty sure he is going to play in Worlds or be in Worlds. That's what I heard. But he just did a podcast with Eternal Journey. Like, he visited them. Like, sometimes he has guest stars on Friends of Eternal podcast, but now I'm ranting. But you know what I'm talking about. He was on the Eternal Journey podcast with Jedi, John Julio, and Darth Herman too, and they had a really great podcast going on there. It was really, really fun to listen to. Holy crap, we're getting aggroed out. Now, remember I said this wasn't a problem? We got this. Well, hey, that eager deputy is getting a little too eager over there. It needs to slow its roll. And if it gets bigger, I'm blocking the champion. Also, my mind just got blown. I knew Elysian champion was in because I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I didn't even think about it, but Champion of Fury's in. I haven't seen a Champion of Fury in a while, and whoo-wee, that's not good. So that's the first time it's attacking. We're blocking the 6-4. So glad they didn't tech with a 3-1. We're getting just beaten here. Woo-hoo-hoo. That Pearson shot, perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's start with this. Honestly, we need to play the 2-4. We can do this. We can do this. We'll end turn. They're not hurting for power for an aggro deck, and they're definitely playing an aggro deck. That would be a very strange start to a deck if it wasn't aggro. Ouch. Ouch, ouch. Please don't have the sigil. Does it mean they didn't? I don't know how to tell. It says in return. Oh, dang it. Okay. Got ice bolt something. Let's ice bolt this. And get a sigil. Dang it. Okay, okay. Let's go Wind Shaper. So they'll do 4. I'll be at 1 if I block the 3-1. This is getting... They're so beating us down right now. They're just like, boom, boom, boom. That's an awesome Sky Card deck. Like, look at this. Let's just a quick look-see. There, like, that card's awesome. Caleb Choice is interesting. Blazing Salvo, of course, is a great card. We know it got nerfed, and it's still playable. Love cards like that because it just means, like, I'm not saying it like, because I love rebalancing. I think it, ooh, it's gnarly. I like rebalancing because, like, you get to play with a card in one form, and then it got changed to a completely different card. It feels like, so that's something that I think is interesting. Well played, Adino. Let's get into the deck tech. Oh, hitting us with another big slamming, jamming champion. Well played, good game. Okay, Shifting Illusion. This card is awesome. This is a great card. Okay, now it seems unassuming. The reason this card is great, I'll tell you, because this deck has existed. Majestic Skies. I did not invent the wheel. I just kind of, you know, made this car, basically. Like, you know, I used the idea, the card that was going on, not made the card, made the car, the vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, I made the wagon. I should have said wagon because it makes more sense. But yeah, Shifting Illusion is better than Humbuck. Honestly, I don't want to say this because I don't know 100% for sure, and I'm sure it's like context of the meta, but the Curin that's legendary, I would not run that over Shifting Illusion. This card is better than that card. Cloud Snake Carrier, no. That card is worse. Shifting Illusion's better, I would say. Plunder is so hard to evaluate for me, but I know it's good. because I use it a lot and it does great things. It's great in draft, great in draft. And this is humbug plus infinity and beyond. Yeah, that's right. This is a shifting illusion right here. Okay. So why is it to say why is shifting illusion good is to ask why is plunder good. There you go. How I can touch upon that? Okay. It fixes you in a deck that has some pretty insane constraints as far as your influence goes. Like this deck can feel like a mono primal deck a lot. And then every once in a while it feels like, what am I doing? This is a mono time deck. It was a little bit more rare. And then sometimes it's just like, I don't have either. Like I'm stuck with a bunch of cards with heavy influence. I can't play anything. This definitely changes that up because this is kind of like a synergy semi-aggressive deck. The cards aren't super aggressively statted, but it can be pretty nice when you get like. For the record, I didn't play very many Humbug Swarms this game. Like I played a couple, but I mean Humbug Nests, but I did play a couple Humbug Swarms. This is like what gets you to the big stuff. Like, and that's important. Like I mean Helio, just you want it to be as late as possible because I want to refill your hand. But we'll get to that when we get to there. And then a 1/1's not bad when you have a Majestic Sky out. It's a 1 cost 2/2. It's Majestic Skies that's its own entity though. So yeah, and then also when you're good because you've gotten your symbols out, you've gotten you're drawing 3 costs and 4 cost cards now because you got through. There's not that many 6 costs. You don't need like 11 power. You could start getting rid of some of that stuff for better stuff. And for the record, I only ran 2 Silexes. I should have been running 4. I would have taken out a primal sigil and this time sigil, yeah, because there's nothing that searches the time sigil anyways. So yeah, why? Why would I not? Because these are just amazing cards. I just didn't craft them yet. I will as I continue to play this deck. But yeah, I don't know how many would have come up, but they probably did a little bit. You know, extra draw doesn't hurt at all, especially in this kind of deck. And there's really no downside to that. Except for like the fact that you have to have time or prime words depleted. But yeah, it's just so good. It's just so good. Even in this, I feel like even in this deck, which is a very unit-based deck. Okay, let's go on because that's the best explanation I can have for Plunder right this moment. Like my evaluation of it, I think it's good. I think it's great. I think it is ridiculously powerful. I think it's OP. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, now I don't know how powerful it is. I just know it's pretty good. I know it's better than Humbuck. Shifting Illusion. Okay. Scariest part about Honored Skyguard for us, the fact that it's double primal. Like that can make it hard to cast, but this is a heavy, deep primal deck, which is so relieving after playing in this draft format, where it's like, do I ever get to play primal and succeed? This is like the sweet relief you've been looking for. This deck, if you're just like a primal player, you hunger for primal, this is the deck for you. Like, and it's fun. It's so fun. Now, Skycrack might be a different flavor. Just referencing to the fight we just had. Skycrack might be a different flavor of player. Like I like Skycrack. That's a fun deck. This is totally different than the Skycrack deck in my opinion. It's so different. It's not as aggressive. It's definitely like, oh, I got my piece. I got my Majestic Skies, or I got my Wind Shaper even, and I'm like, okay, now it's on. Now I got the board state again. And it's a lot more of like the defensive stuff, which I'm not as good at the defensive maneuvers. I like it like when I'm like trying to calculate when I can do that big swing and just boom. That's the fun part of this deck for me. The defensive stuff, I kind of feel like I'm losing even if I'm having good blocks and I'm making it hard for my opponent. It doesn't feel like that to me. Like it's hard for me to be a defensive player. But that's just my personal preference, my personal playstyle. That's why I like playing aggro a lot. But control is like a totally different feeling. Now this is not control. Like that's totally different. Not saying anything bad about control, it's just something I don't play as often because it's just like my mind is like, I need a freaking whiteboard beside me and I'm writing, or a chalkboard or something. I'm just like, what the heck? I calculate E equals MC squared or something like that, doing some kind of like physics problem or something I don't understand. That's what control feels like to me. But I will play control decks occasionally. I just kind of like the unit decks or the aggro decks or the burn decks. I love those. Like burn can be controlled too, and this has got some removal. Like this has got the ice bolt, the turn to Z, the permafrost. It's got it. Scorpion wasp, even the docile looking humbug nest. It's got the removal, and I love that. It feels aggressive and it has that stuff going on. But we haven't even started talking about the card, and we're on this card. A 2 cost 2 flying. I was like, is this good? Yes, this card's awesome. This is so crazy good. In addition, its ultimate is extremely powerful. You've got the whole pay 2 thing. That's it. That's a measly sum. You think you're paying 4 for a 3/3? You're also getting a free card. It replaces itself. If you could get this out by going 4, discarding some sigil you don't need, or a card you're not going to be able to play, like you don't want to discard a Helio, but if you got a Swarm and you're like, I can't play this like for another 2 turns if I get the good draws, you can pitch it. It's slow. It's slow. It's just awesome. It's so fun. This is like one of the most fun cards to play. We're not there yet. This is also a fun card. Surprising amount of fun you can have with this card. It's like variable, like just even that little boop, it's a little bit better. That's great. Yeah. So this, as you can tell, I'm 2 cards in. I could say so much about these cards. This is exciting times for Eternal for me. Like playing a primal deck after like just like sparse primal. It's like a drought, no primal in sight. This is like the monsoon season right now. This is awesome. So much primal. So we're gonna go on. It's a solid card. The fact that you can pay it in 1 turn and then so you're stuck on 2 primal and you don't got any more power. You can do that and then pitch a big card. So you're on 2. You already got your 3/3 just like a Sky Serpent. It feels like a Sky Serpent, but you draw a card. Such a good card. If you can play it, like, I mean, it's better than Sky Serpent, I would say. That's might be no. It's better than Sky Serpent. It's better than Sky Serpent. On to Sky Serpent. Even though Honored Skyguard might be better, this card's so good. You don't have to worry. Once you play it, you got your 3/3. If you can get a Majestic Skies out or a Windshaper, which I'll be saying that probably a bunch more times throughout this deck tech, this is a 4/4 in the air for 2, like with one of those little buffs. Such an insane card. It's so simple. You get your Primal, and if you don't get your Primal, you turn this into a Primal Sigil. Or you turn something else into a Primal Sigil so you can play this. Yeah, or you discard it to Honored Skyguard if you only got to 2 Primal, and you just draw another card. Maybe you draw another Sky Serpent, and on your next turn, you draw a Primal Sigil, and boom, you can play it. Like, there's things that can happen. Like, this, you could pitch this. There's a lot of cards, if you don't have the influence, just get rid of it, or blunder it, you know? And there's not a lot of opportunities, but there's as many as there would be if this deck had, like, you know, Seek Power instead. And you're utilizing the cards that you have to make, in my opinion, more efficient plays with some of this stuff. Now, a 2 cost 3/3 flyer is a great stat line. So good that we're running Cloud Snake Harrier, which is the Harrier version of this Sky Serpent. See that red frill there? It's got a little bit of a beard too. Well, he's got a beard too, but this one's Harrier. Anyways, the spell damage +1 matters for 1 card in this deck, and matters is, you know, kind of generous. Ice Bolt's already dealing 7. If you need to deal 8 to something, that's a great feeling. You're like, yes, Cloud Snake Harrier, it makes sense now. No, I don't think, I'm pretty sure it didn't happen where I needed 8. 7's plenty. We'll get to there. This is just 3 cost 3/3 flyer. Oh, I just remembered because I looked at the rarity. You want the Honored Skyguard more than you want the Cloud Snake Harrier, I would say. Solid card. But now replacing it is kind of hard. You might, instead of Cloud Snake Carrier, I would say, just off the top of my head, 3 Brood of Aramots, and then go for 1 Primal Sigil. Or no, 1 Seek Power. Just for an example of a super budget replacement. Those 4 cards, if you don't want to run these. You still have your 3/3 bodies in there. They're a little bit more expensive. You might not get to play them as much. it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's not the end of the world. Let's take a quick second to just look. We're gonna go through some of the flying stuff you can get. That's like a little bit more budget in Expedition. Let's go nothing above. We're not gonna do rare replacement rare, okay? Other stuff that you can do, essentially, is what we're getting at. Yeah, nothing here so far. None of this time stuff. Brightling's pretty bad. Cloudstick mount is great for other decks that don't have a bunch of flying already. I mean Cloud Snake. Cobalt Acolyte's not the worst. You know, even if you just have Ice Sprites, like, it's a completely different card than the Harrier. But I mean, you can get through for damage. It might be dealing as much Cloud Snake as Cloud Snake Harrier on some turns where they've got one blocker, you've got a 3/3 to get through. And then this thing, you know, also benefits from Majestic Skies. So there's that. But then you're starting to change kind of how your deck works. It's just a little bit more removal. Hey, Thunderbird can be nice. There's nothing for it to really hold though.
So, that's about it for Cloud Snake Carrier. Yeah, like, okay, so budget replacements aside, I think it's worth building. It's a decent card, and in this deck it fits perfectly. It's 3 cost 1/1 Flying Deadly Ambush. This is kind of plays the removal role, but like once you have a Majestic Skies out, like it could start pushing for damage pretty effectively. And then amongst all your other units, like it's kind of a unit that they don't want to block as much with like a big defensive flyer. Like if they have like a 1/4 or something, this thing just gets it out of the way for your smaller flyers before they get buffed. Or if they have a impending doom, I believe is the card. It's a 4 cost 5/5 flyer that pings them every turn. It does 1 damage to its controller. Basically, it's the person who played it. And this is a great way of just getting through that, like getting through 4 damage. If it's just attacking, it's doing maybe if you have Majestic Skies, it's just paying it for damage. And it's also good on the defensive if you're getting attacked by such a card. So altogether, like it's definitely a role player for this deck. It's solid. Wind Shaper, I was surprised by a couple cards in this deck. Like I feel like the ones that are like a little bit more obviously good would be like Shifting Illusion, Honored Skyguard, even like Sky Serpent, and then like Cloud Snake Carrier to a lesser extent. Cards that really surprised me. I was like, there's no way these cards are gonna be as good as I think they are. Like they're just gonna be like effective. Like they're gonna work. Wind Shaper is kind of like that. It's not like it didn't blow my mind, but it was definitely better than I thought it would be. It's just I think it's better than the there's a back when this deck was a little bit more popular and mainstream and stuff, and used a lot. Elvis Schwindler, I think, is a card. It brings out an artifact or not an artifact. Sorry, it brings a relic from your deck into play. I believe. Let me look up the card, real quick. I don't know if it's an expedition. We're gonna see here. No, it's no longer an expedition. But on summon, you play a relic of your choice with cost 2 or less. No, it used to be in the deck. I feel like Windshaper plays the same role as that card to some extent. It's a little bit more delicate unless they have relic removal, and then it's safe in that regard. But I mean, having the 4 health helps it a lot, and then the fact that it's a 2 attack unit doesn't really help unless you get it on turn 4 and you're playing a slow controlled deck and they don't want to remove this because they're trying to get rid of your flyers. Or if they have smaller utility units on the ground, like it might matter every once in a while that it actually has an attack. But usually, since everything's in the air, anything on the ground that they have, it's not going to matter. But I mean, an extra copy of Majestic Skies or 4 is pretty good. Especially since I'm not using Market in this deck at all. I like it like this. Okay, so yeah, it's a surprising unit. And then we'll get on to some of the other surprising units in a little bit. So here we go. We got Helio the Skywinder. 6 cost 2/2. This card recently got nerfed, not super recently, but a little bit ago. So you still have a couple copies laying around. I highly recommend running it in this deck. It got, debuff, or it got nerfed for a reason. The 6 cost 2/2 flyer doesn't seem very good, but if you're drawing 2 cards off of this, you're refueling and maybe getting a couple Humbuck nests, or a Humbuck nest and a Majestic Skies, or a Permafrost and a Windshaper. You know, any combination of like these cards is just great fuel. Or you're getting through your power to get to those cards. Now, if you get 3, which is, you know, it's a possibility when you get to 6, um, if you can get 3 draws off this with your 6 primal influence, which is pretty heavily primal, it's gonna be pretty nice. There was times I was like thinking maybe I should increase the count, but this wants to be a fast, like, kind of tempo-oriented deck. He just wants to get through. The removal is just to kind of like make sure we don't get overrun by like bigger mid-range or super fast aggro, and that we're like can keep pinging them. If we could take out a flyer here and there, everything we got pretty much takes care of flyers. So the turn to seed is especially gnarly in this deck. We'll get there in a second. I keep saying that. I keep wanting to go ahead. But okay, so now we're on the attachments. Permafrost, solid removal. Doesn't really need to be justified. I think it's still good. There's been times where it's been said, okay, this isn't powerful as it used to be. Even if it's not as powerful as it used to be, it's pretty darn strong. Stun's good. It's bad against endurance stuff, or decks like that are justice that give endurance. Random battle skills isn't seen as much, but like there's a two cost card in Justice that gives endurance. I don't know if it's the Expedition right now. Currently, I didn't see it on the ladder when I was playing this deck, so there's that. But definitely a solid little curse. It's good. Majestic Skies. The ultimate usually goes for Helio. It's like having 4 extra copies of Helio in the deck. I would consider definitely going up to 3, so that after you've gotten your first 2 Helios with Majestic Skies, if you happen to get a 3rd Majestic Skies, or if you've already drawn a Helio, you can have an opportunity to get it again. It'd be a little bit slower, like a little bit clunkier possibly. Maybe take out a Humbuck Swarm, because you can't even search a Humbuck Swarm Majestic Skies. Like, I would definitely consider that, but I have to craft another Helio. And I still gotta craft those Silex, which I was looking at it, and if I could, like, as I keep continuing to play this deck, I could just get rid of Time Sigil and Primal Sigil, because they're not like the uncommon versions of the new powers in the new set that actually exile them for your deck, so you don't have to have a Time Sigil in your deck. So, like, because it just comes in and gives you that bonus. Yeah. You're gonna, yeah, because it's ore. So if you just have 2 primal, it's undepleted for both. It's crazy. This card's so good. But if you have 2 time, 2 primal, it's looking good. Like, you need it for the Humbuck Swarm too, and the Humbuck Nest. But yeah, great card, great card. And then, not to mention, it's also, you know, it sucks when they remove stuff with stuff that's like, this can destroy this or deal damage to this, and it also removes relic. Or if they have a market and they're like, well, just in case something happens, I have a random card that has options, and one of them is remove a relic, like a choice or something. Okay, so yeah, but it's like the basis of the deck. I call it Falling Skies because I wanted to use this frog picture, really, but it's Majestic Skies. Also, Falling Skies because there's so much removal in it for what it is, and also partially because Helio fell in power technically. And I feel like the deck itself, like when I built it, I was like, this is probably like a fallen version of Majestic Skies. But after playing it, it's so fun, and I think it's actually pretty viable. It's a different deck though. It's not running Humbug. That's all I'm saying. Playset of Ice Bolt. Now this is another rare card. You could run one of the cards that, like, Biting Winds, that deals damage when an opponent attacks. The reason you, sorry for yawning. The reason you want to run Ice Bolt over something like Biting Winds is not because it does extra damage. It's because this can do it. This is fast speed, but not because it has to deal it to an attacking unit. You can kill defensive units like big flyers, because 0/6 flyer with ambush. The Dune Spirit, I think it's called Dune Walker. I'm not sure. I think it's Dune Walker. But you can annihilate that thing and just attack through, or whatever defensive thing they're doing, or they're 5/5. You know. Downside is it's going to help them get their influence that they need, which is going to get them on board for their stuff quickly. But if you're using the Ice Bolt, it's kind of in desperation, and hopefully to push through for damage, it's eventually going to lead you up into that victory, you know? Occasionally, if you're very desperate and you got like something jank down, like a shifting illusion, you don't have a Majestic Skies, and you need some influence to start getting your bigger stuff online, you can Ice Bolt your own thing, end a turn, if you're just like, I need this turn to be a very good turn so I can get stuff online. Or if you're like, I just can't get a time and I need this Majestic Skies down. Or if you just like have 2 Humbuck nests and you need a second time. You know, like, it's a very versatile card in that sense. But it's one of the rarer uses for the card, I would say. Humbuck Nest, an excellent card. It can be removal. It's not very good removal, unless you have Majestic Skies, and then you're like killing a 4 health unit when they're attacking in. That's when you're like really on your back feet, though, like when you're on your back foot, because you want to be playing this at the end of their turn, swinging in for unexpected damage, almost like these are charge units. It feels like at that point. But yes, these are extremely solid units. It might seem like they're overcosted, but it kind of makes this deck feel like a more of a unity swarm deck. Very solid, very solid. And the premium's pretty cool too, because you can see the little shining red nests. Okay. Turn a seed. This turns a flying unit on your opponent's side of the board into a ground unit. And then if it's still a problem later on, you can always Ice Bolt it. Hopefully that's not the thing that you gotta do. But I mean, even if it is a 5/7 swing in, and they're like a slower deck anyways with like big flyers or something, or had a big flyer, like if you're fighting dragons for some reason, because I haven't seen dragons in a while very much. Most of the Sky Cricket is kind of more on the aggressive side, tempo side. But this card, it's get rid of anything for now. Kind of like Ice Bolt, like it's a temporary fix. Like Ice Bolt, okay, here, have whatever switch you want, just get rid of that thing. It's very similar. Or like all the primal is just like, okay, get rid of it now, and then we'll deal with it later, which is kind of an interesting trade-off. And then we finally come to Humbuck Swarm. Oh, humble Humbuck Swarm with the Humbuck Swarm facepalm. He's just like, why? Yes, this is a good card in this deck. Otherwise, it's draft only. And I might be wrong in my evaluation of this card, but I think it is surprisingly amazing. It's pretty risky to play this card. If I remember right, this has been nerfed, just like good old Helio. But it's kind of the late game that you really want. You don't want just one big, like, I mean, there's an Echo Dragon that's pretty darn good. That might be the top end you're actually looking for here, especially since it's closer to Primal. But this is just like, you can have, if you have 2 Majestic Skies out, or Majestic Skies and a Wind Shaper, you could have 3/3/3s. That's crazy. It gets the bonus 3 times from your relic or your Wind Shaper. So I think that's worth noting, and it's just so good if you have a bunch of these effects out. Unfortunately, it can't be searched, but it's pretty good. Like, even like just for a little go wide, if they're just 2/2s, if they have one big blocker, or you just added 3 attackers, so you can get through that final push. Since this deck doesn't have a lot of like, it doesn't have unblockable. It has a lot of evasion, but it doesn't have any like burn spells. And then this is kind of just my take on the power base. You know, we got your one little time sigil for almost no apparent reason. It's just kind of because that's how much I think it needs time. I'm running full on symbol action. I'm sold on symbols. I think they're great cards. I might be a little bit like overusing them, but I think it's good. Depleted power doesn't really matter too much because I mean we got some pretty odd turns. We got a lot of 2 drops, a lot of 3 drops. So, and then like no 5 drops, bunch of 6 drops. It's crazy. So we have turns where we can have the depleted power, especially since it's like 8 and then sometimes another 2, which that'll be more. And then you get your primal sigil, all maxed out at 10. We're running the straight 25 power. Silexes are fantastic. I highly recommend them. If you're building this deck, and you have a playset, just run 4. Take a time sigil and a primal sigil. If you don't have them, add a time sigil and a primal sigil. You know, if you have 0, just saying. And then place out a Seed of Wisdom. It's been good, and I think it's still a fantastic card. Double the influence. So that's the whole deck. I'm just gonna give kind of broad strokes on how I think it kind of ranks in power, instead of giving it like a statistical score this time. Mainly because you know this is how we're gonna do it this time. But in the future, I do want to consider going back into a point system. Okay, so as far as how fast it is, it's fast. It's tempo oriented. You know, it's kind of a, I don't want to call it aggro, but it is aggro. It's kind of like a slower aggro. It's odd. It's odd. It's like it's tribal deck, tribal flyers essentially. Which I think is pretty interesting. It'd be cool if there was like tribal cloud snakes. Probably our tribal serpents. I think it'll be interesting because that's what it feels like. There's a little bit of other stuff in here, but I'll be interested to see in the future. Like I mean, there's a lot of humbugs in here too. A couple humbugs. But yeah, it's kind of feels like serpent aggro, serpent tribal. You know. As far as like how hard it hits, it completely depends on how many Majestic Skies and Wind Shapers you get that stick. Majestic Skies stick pretty easy, but Wind Shapers it's kind of sketchy when you drop one. They're just like annihilate, and you're just like, okay, you could have killed my Cloud Snake carrier, but you killed my Wind Shaper. And then I had Humbug Nest in hand. You know, it feels bad, but just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And then let's see. Uh, as far as like the cost effectiveness, I think altogether, like there's no, I'm pretty sure, let me just real quickly go over this. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's no legendary cards in here, which is kind of surprising, but there's a bunch of rares. Turn to Seed, I believe is from the campaign. I wish there was just like a symbol, or like when you highlighted it, it popped out just a quick little like small lettering or something. You know, it'd be neat if they did that. I hope they do that in the future as far as like some kind of set denotation because it'd be quicker right here. But it's no big deal. You know, I can't believe Majestic Skies is an uncommon. It's an awesome little build around. I mean, Wind Shaper is also an uncommon, which is great. Helio, I don't know. I feel like this deck needs it to like survive longer games, and it gives this deck like a whole other dimension. Like this card can make the deck go long. So that's pretty much it. Just to wrap it up, super fun. Like the fun level is off the chain, and I want to add that as like, I want to say the fun factor as far as like the thrill of playing this deck. I would say it's easily 8 out of 10. And I feel like that's a pretty high score. 8.5, almost a full-on Monty 9. Um, very fun deck. It's a joy to play. Cool little combos in there, and it's not like, okay, now next categorization is like how difficult is this thing to operate, and I feel like it's just like it kind of makes sense. It's like you look at it and you're just kind of like, what do I do with all this? Oh, it makes sense. Get flyers out, try to, as you're playing, fix your power base to make it work for what you're doing. Make sure you read over the cards first, or since you're listening to this deck tech, you got that going for you. You kind of figure out what your maxims are. You want 6 primal if you can get it, but you also want to kind of prioritize. There's not a lot of choices as to where you get, like what kind of power you get, except for Ice Bolt on the rare occasion that you want to use it, and Shifting Illusion when you're like, well, I have a Humbug Nest and a Humbug Swarm. I'm going to get rid of the Humbug Swarm to the Shifting Illusion so I can play the Humbug Nest. There you go. It's earlier tempo play. There's not a lot of points that you decide that except for those 2 cards. So, no big deal there. So it's not that complex. There's decision points that feel good and feel like they're useful, especially with Plunder. Plunder's a great mechanic for that. And also like mulliganing, I think is a big thing in this deck. It's like, well, do I want to keep 3 Humbug Swarms? The answer is no, because there's no hand where you want to keep 3 Humbug Swarms. No. There's also hands you get like, okay, I got Ice Bolt, Turn to Seed, and Permafrost. Do you want to keep that? I have no idea. Honestly, I wouldn't keep it. I want to see a hand that's got, Shifting Illusion, maybe a Sky Serpent, heck, a Scorpion Wasp, and a Turn to Seed. Those cards. And then you got whatever sigil. Any of the power would be fine at that point. 2 Primal Sigils and a Time Symbol. Perfect. Perfect. You get your 2 Primal, you're starting to be able to play almost anything. The more stuff you can play, the better. And you can always pitch your Sky Surfer to a blender, or Ice Bolt, you know, anything to kind of get that third primal. And then emergency serves. Yeah, it's kind of just give that. Yeah, and then this card's so good. Just drawing cards and stuff. But that's it. So have a great night. I hope you liked the video. Go ahead and click the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this.